Good evening. Good evening, kings and queens of the land. Good evening. Good evening to all the liberated zones of Africa. Only three zones are liberated in Africa: Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Those are the only African zones which are truly liberating and in crisis to survive. Good evening to the partially liberated zone KZN, liberated by President Zuma and the MK party. Good evening. My name is Ngoni Mkonto. This is the Royal Opinion. Today we are talking about the sentencing of the CIC President Julius Malema of the EFF. Tomorrow is getting sentenced. Uh, if you've been not around or you've not had the knowledge, the CIC or President Julius Malema is getting sentenced tomorrow for discharging a firearm in public in the East London High Court. Some people may say, or some fighters may say, why East London High Court? These people, they don't want us to follow the CIC. Many people are on their journey to the Eastern Cape as we speak. Some people are on their journey to the Eastern Cape to support the CIC who is getting sentenced for this, for being non-compliant about the firearm laws in South Africa. So I want us to discuss this, and I want us to talk about what is happening actually. At the end of the day, I want to talk about what is the real reason this is happening, and at the end of the before we will talk about the political implications. We will talk about the what would actually happen, the predictions of what would actually happen in the sentencing tomorrow, because we can actually predict exactly what is going to happen if we've got the right kind of analysis about what is happening in this planet. So I want us to also talk about a little bit about President Trump. President Trump has sent his ambassador to Burkina Faso to talk about cooperation in security with Burkina Faso. So I want us to talk about that as well. But first, let's talk about the CIC. Julius Malema was getting sentenced tomorrow. Um, What is the royal opinion about his sentence in the first place? My opinion about the CIC, I've made a lot of videos about the CIC being a sellout to the white system. If you haven't listened to those videos, you can go back and check my videos. I've spoken at length about the CIC and how he is working to help the system sustain itself on black people. The CIC, Julius Malema, has been found guilty of discharging a firearm in public and will be sentenced tomorrow, which is the 23rd of January 2026. The sentencing maximum sentence that you can get is 15 years. What would make him to get to 15 years? There's what they call aggravation and um, what is the other way? The other way to make it better. I forgot the English word to actually the opposite of aggravation in court. So it means they will be arguing. It actually means there is the prosecution will be arguing for a maximum sentence, and his uh, lawyers will be arguing for a minimum sentence. He is getting his pre-sentence hearing tomorrow is starting. The CIC Julius Malema has not been arrested for political reasons. He has been arrested for discharging a firearm in public. He says he did it to, he says it was not a real gun, it was a toy, and he actually did it to agitate the members of the EFF, to make them feel agitated. He actually did it for the members of the EFF to be agitated. That's what he wanted to achieve. Uh, the CIC has once given a statement that the EFF will occupy APSA because the EFF wanted to show the example of what they are going to do to these banks when they take over. They will occupy APSA. It's a promise that the CIC has given to APSA and to his members and to the banks in 2018. This has never happened. If he was arrested for occupying APSA or for agitating people to occupy APSA, he would be arrested at his call of duty. The CIC has branded himself as somebody whose duty is to liberate black people. So if he's arrested by the police, it should be about his politics. This time around, uh, it's not his politics. He's not being arrested. If you know, if his defense was, if he was saying, I discharged the firearm to give a warning to the white system that we are about to destroy it. If that was his argument, I would actually support him. But that is not his argument. He says he wanted to agitate their EFF members. Who gets agitated when guns are fired in South Africa? Is it the EFF members, or it's actually criminals who would get agitated, excited when the guns are fired? So I think the CIC Julius Malema went out with wrong people, his friends, maybe Kate Matala and other people who were playing with guns, and he thought it was a good idea to go and play with guns in public, and went to do that, which has got nothing to do with his call of duty, according to him, which is to liberate black people. If he was saying he did it to liberate black people, I would say uh, we should support the CIC against the system. So, what is happening? Why? Why is the CIC taken to court, found guilty, and all of that if he's the son of the system? The system has got actors. Julius Malema is one of the actors. These are paid up characters. The politics in South Africa at the moment are such that to this year we're going to local elections. The EFF membership has been deteriorating, if we can use that kind of language. The membership of the ANC has been dropping like the only membership that has been shooting up is the MK party. The MK party is the only party which has been receiving a lot of members. Many black people or many young black people are aware that the Democratic Alliance is the party of the enemy, the party of the white system. Black children or black youth would ordinarily not prefer. So what is happening is the system wants something that would agitate black people. They want the attention to move from President Zuma and the MK party to go to somebody who is friendly to the system. They have to make him appear like he's being persecuted by the system. Is he gonna ever go to jail? No, he's never gonna ever go to jail. Is he going to be sentenced to a maximum sentence uh, come the sentencing day, which we don't know, or maybe tomorrow? Yes, he would be sentenced to. He would be given maximum sentence. But is he ever gonna go to jail? Never. He's never ever going to go to jail because Julius Malema is the son of the system. So what they are doing, they're just playing. It's a psychological operation on black children, on black youth. It's a psychological operation. They are going to sentence him to a maximum sentence in order to agitate his supporters to be able to move attention from the MK party, which has been gaining more members in recent time than the EFF of Julius Malem. This is a disparate move by the system to create this psychological operation, which they know at the end of the day, whatever sentence the verdict itself, the guilt verdict is going to appeal. The sentencing itself is going to appeal, but they are going to give him all of this because they want to agitate the members of the EFF. Uh, they want some form of chaos, some form of chaos that can help them probably to avoid even elections, some form of chaos, and some form of psychological operation that would take attention from there, from President Zuma to Julius Malema. When people are feeling like Malema is being persecuted, then more people are going to support him ordinarily to fight against the so-called white system. But in reality, the CIC is not fighting against any system. He is an actor in the system. I will make a video about it after after the sentencing. I will make a video about the CIC, but I've spoken a lot about him. I've got videos about him, but for those who are lazy to go through, I'll create another video and talk about why I say President Julius Malema, the CIC, has sold out the struggle to the white system. One of the issues that gives him up in that regard, Julius Malema works together with Helen Zille. The EFF had good relations with the Democratic Alliance in many instances, giving the Democratic Alliance power to govern municipalities. Julius Malema works together with Cyril Ramaphosa, very close friends, staying in the same complex or staying in the same guarded area. Both of them are staying closer to each other. It should tell you how close these people are. So Julius Malema is an agent of the white system. They are using him to create psychological operations in terms of this. Black people have to liberate themselves, and when black people, when one person, if you listen to all the people, including Thabo Mbeki and whosoever is speaking, including Julius Malema himself, Fikile Mbalule, and whosoever is speaking, when they want to be relevant, they talk about President Jacob Zuma. The media has been mudding President Jacob Zuma like nobody's business. There have been media bashing on President Zuma. People have continued to support him and people continue to love him because people know what they represent. On the other hand, the support is declining for the CIC. Many people who are outside South Africa says people in South Africa are actually stupid. black people in South Africa are actually stupid. They were supposed to vote Julius Malema into becoming president. The youth in South Africa is stupid because they were supposed to vote Julius Malema to become president because the media is presenting Julius Malema, is packaging him in a radical way in other African countries. In South Africa, we know the truth about him. So the truth about him does not go beyond South Africa because most of the YouTubers they rely on searching the information on the internet. And when you search on the internet, you only get the official narrative. So when you get the official narrative, that's what it's going to say. So my thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow is President Julius Malema, the CIC of the EFF, will be given a maximum sentence at the end of this, if not very close to the maximum. I don't think they're just going to give him a slap in the face. But this is necessary to enhance his political image. When young people feel that is being persecuted by the white system for the politics, because that is the language that is going to sell to young people, that is being persecuted because of their politics. But in my understanding, his defense does not say it's because of politics. He clearly say he refused. He says it's a toy, and he was actually shooting that toy to agitate his supporters. I don't know to agitate them to do what, or I think to make them too excited. That was the purpose of him dislodging the firearm. If the purpose was to uh, threaten the white system, then I would say that is political. Now, agitating people to do what? To be excited in an event because it was the EFF year end function that this happened. So, but it's just a psychological operation. What is going to happen is going to appeal both the sentence and the verdict, the guilt verdict that has been given. And after appealing, or maybe to the Supreme Court or whatsoever, or even to the Constitutional Court, depending on how they want to play the games. When they want him on the other side, they are going to clear him. When they don't want him, they want him to continue on the other side, they are going to hold on to him, play the game, continue to play the game until to the Constitutional Court. And then at the Constitutional Court, at the end of the day, that's where he's going to be released at the end of the game, or they are going to, depending on the circumstances. So, are they going to succeed in agitating the EFF members? Yes, they are going to succeed in agitating the EFF members. Are they going to get more supporters because of this? Yes, they're going to get there and there a little bit more support from black people than what they are having at the moment. But is it going to make significant change in the politics of South Africa? No, it's not gonna make a significant change in the politics of South Africa. The politics of South Africa are going to continue to slip away from the ANC and slip away from Julius Malema, going towards giving power to President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma. Thank you very much. Click the like button and subscribe. My name is Mngoni Mkonto. Good night.